Hello guys, it's me, Classic Resident Evil. Today what I'm going to do is just talking generally, so in the background you can see I'm playing Mercenaries in Resident Evil 4. So enjoy the video while I'm talking about who I am, what am I doing, what are my plans, and just generally what I'm thinking about streaming Resident Evil and how I got into the series and etc. So I don't have a script for this, so I will just talk about whatever comes to my mind. So this might be all over the place. I might tell something twice, maybe I will forget something, maybe chronologically this one will not make any sense, but that's okay. So, I would say that let's start from the beginning, so that who I am, what am I doing, etc. So, as I have mentioned before, from Eastern Europe, as you can hear on my accent, of course, I am from Serbia. My name is Zoltan, and I'm almost 31 years old. Yep, that's about it. So basically, I started to play Resident Evil games when I was like 7 or 8 years or something like that. Yep. The problem was when I was a kid that my family didn't have too much money, so I didn't have a PC when I was younger. I didn't have any PlayStation 1, GameCube, whatever console that was out there back in the day. And so I was like 7 or 8 years old when my brother, he was renting out a PlayStation 1 with his friend way back then in 1999, 2000, something like that. That was way back then. So basically that was the first time I got not into gaming, but that was the first time I even saw a console and playing games, etc, etc. So of course, as a little child, well, like I was 6, 7 years old, 8 years old, I had no idea how to play games. And of course, here way back then, if you didn't have a PlayStation 1, you could rent it for 24 hours. Back then, now I'm trying to think back, maybe it was like, I don't know about like the inflation numbers and everything, but way back then I think it was, with today's currency, it was maybe €1 per day or something like that, but way back then it was worth way much more. Not €1, sorry. €3, something like that. Way back then, which for today's standard, it would be at least 10 to 15 euros per day, per 24 hours. So, my brother, he's older. He's got the money with one of his best friends. So basically what he was doing, he just rented out, PlayStation 1. And when you rented it out, you could get, I think, 10 games. And of course, what he was doing is they played like, when you rent it for 24 hours. So what you are going to do, you play for 24 hours without sleep. So that's what they were doing with his friend. So of course, after they rented out maybe at around, I don't know, 5 p.m, something like that, they were playing until 2-3 a.m. After they were very tired, so they went to sleep. woke up in the morning. Of course, they continued to play whatever they were playing. So around 8 a.m. when they woke up, of course they, with his friend, they had a breakfast. And so what they were doing is they were having the breakfast. So they told me that, yeah, your little brother, you can go in, you can play games. I mean, you will just start. You can't mess up our progress because they had the memory card saved their progress. So you can basically start a new game, maybe chill out a little bit, and after they will come back, of course, and continue playing. So I said, yeah, all right, whatever. So I'm sitting there in the room, in front of the TV. Of course, they turned on the PlayStation 1, so they just told me that, yeah, pick any of the discs, and just put in, start playing, you will figure out the controls and everything. And I said yeah, fine. So, of course, because they rented out with one of his friends, of course, they both wanted to play. So, mainly what the games were the FIFA, Tekken, I believe, Tekken 3, so basically all that local multiplayer games what you could play against each other or in the same team or something like that, mainly. And between one of those discs were Resident Evil 2. Now my brother knew about the franchise Resident Evil, and he thought that maybe during the night, if his friend is asleep and he will not feel very tired, maybe he can go and play some Resident Evil. But of course they were both tired during the night, so they never played. So I'm sitting there and I see that FIFA, football, I don't care about that. Tekken, maybe, yeah, I can try it, why not? So I just try that, maybe a match or two, but that's it. And I just decided for Tekken to play. They said yeah, that's absolutely not Tekken. I decided to play Resident Evil, just to put in, because I had no idea. It's just the eye. You can see it holding the 2. The cover for Resident Evil 2. I said, ooh, I don't know what this is, but maybe it looks promising. So, of course, I tried it. I put it in the disc, PlayStation logo comes up, loads the game, and yeah, I jump into the game. It was Leon's disc, because the guy we rented from, he didn't have the Claire one, and back in the time, of course, I didn't know that there was a Claire one. So all I knew that it was just Leon, and that's a game, and that's it. So what I was doing is just you know what, yeah, fine, I'll start playing it. Now, of course, 7-8 years old me, of course, I didn't know how to play the game. Somehow I managed to get through past the first screen and whatever, until I figured out all the controls that I can shoot, how to access the inventory, etc, etc. So yeah, that was, maybe I played half an hour, maybe maximum an hour, before my brother and his friend came back, and so they took back the PlayStation 1 and they were playing. And that's about it. And I just said, yeah, okay, I played a little bit. You are a small child, you don't care. You got your playtime, and that's it. So fast forward maybe 2-3 years. Me and back then one of my best friends. It is, we are going in elementary school, maybe 4th grade, something like that. And of course we are really interested in gaming. We are starting to get our own money for a day, to buy breakfast and everything. So we were thinking that, yeah, why shouldn't we just rent a PlayStation 1 for ourselves? Because also he didn't have a PC, he didn't have any consoles, but he knew about the PlayStation 1 as well. So we were telling that, hey, what about if we rent our for the PlayStation 1 for 24 hours, just to see, to start to learn how to play on PlayStation 1. and he said like, yeah, whatever, we can rent it, we can bring it to his place, because he had his own room with his own TV, so we can be there, you know, all day. There wouldn't be any problem. So, you know, their parents can watch the TV at the evening. We will not be in the way. So I said like, yeah, that's absolutely fine. And that was the first time we actually rented. We called the guy and we said that, yeah, we would like to rent a PlayStation 1. So the first time it arrived, of course, which games you are going to rent. You have the 10 games you can choose. Of course, which one? Because there are two of us, both of us paid our share. Like, you know, he was playing half, I paid the other half. So even if we play, like, you know, single player games, he was doing maybe one stage, I get to the second one, or one scenario, or whatever game we were playing. And of course, now you're going to get FIFA or Pro Evolution Soccer, or, you know, Tekken, some fighting games, whatever, you know, Crash Team Racing, CTR, that was also one of those. So, you know, we were playing whatever. And I saw that, yeah, there is Resident Evil 2, and I remember that, hey, that was that zombie game or whatever, I should learn that. So my friend, he really liked to sleep, so what we were doing is basically that around 10 p.m, 11 p.m, he felt really sleepy, so he just said that, yeah, I'm going to sleep, you can play whatever you want. And I said like, you know, that's fine. So I remembered Resident Evil 2, so I put in a disc and started to play and started to figure out the game. And that's how I introduced myself to the Resident Evil franchise. Fast forward another 2 years maybe, almost every single weekend we have rented the PlayStation 1 from that guy. So you can imagine that every single Friday when we finished school, we went home, called the guy almost immediately. You know, I was speaking with my friend that, yeah, okay, it's, you know, like 4 p.m. Until 4 p.m. we are in school. Around 5 p.m. we will get back home, you know, have lunch, dinner, whatever. We will eat, we will change our clothes, and yeah, basically either he is coming to my place or I'm going to his place, and we are going to rent it. And almost every single weekend we were just renting out the PlayStation 1, and we were playing, you know, whatever games came out. I can't even remember, it was a long time ago. But basically we were playing, and of course Resident Evil 2 was always in that bunch, because when he went to sleep, he just said that, yeah, you can continue that Resident Evil 1. Now, the other thing is that, you know, you had these memory cards. Now the guy always brought always brought these memory cards, but not you didn't get always the same memory cards. So even if I had a save for Resident Evil 2, whatever progress I've made, you know, back then, it's like absolutely fine. But the next time he came over, of course, either the save was not there because it was a completely different memory card, or just in case if it had Resident Evil 2 save, it wasn't my progress. And so I was a little bit pissed because I never managed to finish the game, because, you know, always when you enter a new area, it's unfamiliar. Of course, and when you die, you have to start over and over. And yeah, we were still, like, you know, not small kids, but basically small kids, and we didn't figure out all the stuff back in the game. So I couldn't finish Resident Evil 2. So, you know, one day I just my friend said that his parents were like really pissed that come on, it's been almost a year. Every single week you are renting this PlayStation 1. For this money, you probably could have bought yourself and you could play that. And we said, yeah, but it's for us back then, of course. It was way more easier just to get maybe a €2, €3 worth of money, you know, because we could put that aside. One day we maybe we didn't bought breakfast or something like that, so, you know, like that. He saved up a little bit of money, I saved up a little bit of money, so we could rent it. But yeah, but for that way back then, you know, back in Serbia, it was quite expensive to buy PlayStation 1. So we are all, you know, just sitting there, and his parents bought the PlayStation 1 for him. They just said that, you know what, all the money you are giving to this guy, you probably bought him across these 2-3 years while we were renting, you probably bought him at least 2 or 3 more consoles. So we said like, alright. And so yeah, my friend got his PlayStation 1 for himself. His parents bought to him, and so, you know, we were like playing. We didn't have to worry about, you know, our save progress and everything, because he got the memory card as well, so we could save our progress whenever we want, whatever, you know, we were doing, so it was safe. And that's about it. Now fast forward another few more years. I got a PC, of course. Way back then, the internet, it was a thing here in Serbia, but it wasn't that easy to, you know, get, because if you wanted to download the game, of course, you had to pirate it. I mean, let's be honest. You are not buying the games way back then when you were younger, and, you know, I still didn't figure out, because we didn't have internet for until when? Just give me a second. Until 2006, I would say. We didn't have any internet, so I didn't have any internet. I couldn't download any games. So always I had to go to my friend's place and I told him that what I wanted, so he would just download it for me, because he had the internet. I mean, they were a little bit more wealthier than us, so, but he was my friend, and he said, yeah, whatever, we can download it for you. And, you know, that's when, you know, Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3 came in, and I was thinking that back then that, hey, there was if there is a Resident Evil 2 and 3, maybe there is a Resident Evil 1. So one day, you know, for the PC we downloaded Resident Evil 1, so I played Resident Evil 1. I was surprised that the graphics were, compared to Resident Evil 2 and 3, they were just rubbish, but it wasn't up for a task, I should say. Because, of course, that was the first one. And so I said, yeah, like, whatever. And that's how I got introduced to the whole series. And after that, of course, Resident Evil 4 came, and I think it was for the PlayStation. There was also Dead Aim. I played it maybe once or twice, but I didn't like it way back then, so I didn't play it. Then I didn't play now either, so I think it was Dead Aim, but, you know, I couldn't care less about that game. So yeah, I think that's about it. How I was introduced to the Resident Evil series. Now about, as you can see now in footage that I'm playing Resident Evil 4. It was 2007. I think it was a birthday gift from my brother, that he said that I can go to the seaside for a week with one of my neighbors and their kids, because I was really good student, way back then in elementary school, and I think did I finish 7th grade? I think I finished 7th grade, and I was a really good student. So my brother said that, all right, this is your birthday surprise. So during the summer break, you can go with our neighbors, of course, and their children, go to the seaside. I said, all right, because I have never been on the seaside. So we went there during the summer, and one day we were just walking around, the marketplace during the day, and I see Resident Evil 4 in one of the places. They had these video games on display, and I see that, like, Resident Evil 4, and it all seemed like that. In the backside you have the CD key, so it all seemed legit, like yeah, this is an original game, and it wasn't too expensive. And I was like, hey, you know what, I have the money, why shouldn't I buy it? I mean, after that, of course, now I figured out it wasn't the original one. It was just, another ripped one, but it has the CD key just printed on the backside. But back then I thought that, yeah, that was an original game, and I can say that, yeah, this is the first time that I paid for a video game for myself. And I was quite proud of myself. But, yeah, that's about it. So it was way back then when I, got introduced to Resident Evil 4, because I didn't know after Trinity 4 came out. I think it was, what was the time this game came out, because I bought it in 2007, and this game, I don't know, Resident Evil when it came out, it doesn't matter. So, I'm just sitting there. When I got home, I installed the game, and I played Resident Evil 4. And for me it was quite a shock that, it introduced this third-person view, and this was more an action game than a horror game. Because what I really liked in Resident Evil, even 1, 2 and 3, that it was the atmosphere. That, even if, yeah, you are a smaller child, and, I wouldn't say that it was very scary, but it had, the true horror feeling for it, that, yeah, this is what happens, that is what happens, and, it was, it's very interesting. Way back then, you're a small child. It's completely different now. So, this Resident Evil 4, of course you are playing as Leon from Resident Evil 2, and I said, oh my god, you play again as Leon like in Resident Evil 2, oh, how cool it is. And as I'm playing this game, I'm just sitting there that, come on, this isn't a Resident Evil game. And today, right now, I have my own opinion about these new Resident Evil games, and I will share it with you, how I will progress with the story. But let's just say that I said that, yeah, this isn't that much for me, but alright, whatever. So yeah, that's about it. How should I say this? The Resident Evil franchise is, at least for me, it's the best. How can I say? I mean, of course, I played only PlayStation 1, I didn't have any PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3 either. I didn't have any other consoles. On PC, all the games I could pirate, I played them. The other franchise, which come close, really next to Resident Evil, is Mass Effect. I mean, when the very first time I played Mass Effect, I was so overwhelmed about all the details, about the space program and the spaceship and everything, and all these aliens, and life is out there, not just here on Earth and everything. So I was really, really, but really into Mass Effect as well. But as a small child, Resident Evil series, that's the first one. You don't forget the first one. You never know the first kiss, the first everything. You just don't forget. And still, day to day, Resident Evil 2 is my all-time favorite franchise, and Resident Evil 2 is the game for me. It's not even like it's a game, and yeah, it seems really nice and everything. No, this is the game. End of quote. That's it. Um, so yeah, I mean, Resident Evil universe franchise, whatever. It's there for me. Uh, so yeah, why I chose the name Classic Resident Evil. You see, Resident Evil 4 is how should I say this? It's not Resident Evil, and both for 5, 6, 7, and even 8, they are not Resident Evil. They are simply not Resident Evil. Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil 8, while they are really good games, and even I say that, yeah, they are really, really good games. They brought in the first person view in Resident Evil 7. The atmosphere is, of course, in 7, I said that, yeah, 7, I didn't like it that much. Resident Evil 8, of course. For me, it was way more interesting. The atmosphere is kinda brings the old horror feeling and everything, but that's not it. Simply, that's not it. And I might be biased because, as a small child, I felt that in Resident Evil 2 the first time, that horror feeling, and that, once I go in there, and what will wait for me there. I might be biased and I say that's it, and everything else is that's not doing it for me. But day to day, even when I play through here on the live stream, I play through Resident Evil 2. Even if I play through 10 times, 20 times, yeah, Leon scenario A, I know exactly where to go, what will wait me when I go through that door. But somehow it's still, I got the chills that that this is the Resident Evil 2, and even day to day when I play this game for God knows how many hours, it's still I say that, yeah, that's it. But yeah, that's just my own opinion. Resident Evil 4, this game is good. So what can I say? It's a good game. I enjoyed playing it, but as a standalone game, which has nothing to do with Resident Evil and the Resident Evil franchise. Just because you have Leon Kennedy as the main protagonist, that doesn't make it Resident Evil. It's the very same with Resident Evil 5 when you play, as Chris and Sheva. Resident Evil 5 is not a Resident Evil game. Resident Evil 6, that's even worse than 5 and the whole franchise. So what I would say that Resident Evil as a true Resident Evil franchise is Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3. Period. Code Veronica also I played through, that has the same elements, the same everything that made Resident Evil Resident Evil. But all the other entries, at least what I played, that's not Resident Evil. That's a standalone. How should I say this? It's like a standalone franchise on its own, and you can like it, you can hate it, but that's about it. I mean, what I'm just looking at is that if you look at Mass Effect series, because that one is the second one, is my most favorite one, second most favorite. Mass Effect 1 is a masterpiece. Mass Effect 2 really refined, you know, the small, you know, they worked out the small details, what I really missed in Mass Effect 1. And yeah, but then they added, you know, that when you have to probe the planets to get all those elements, you know, the iridium and whatever. Yeah, that was annoying, but okay, not a problem. But combat-wise, it's okay. But then again, it is the atmosphere. Is that wow? It's still there. And you come to Mass Effect 3, of course, without biasing the ending, because that one is a whole another video, and lots of people have already made lots of videos about that. But yeah, that's about it. Resident Evil in Mass Effect 3 combat, it's complete, it's a whole combat. Yeah, it's really nice, you know, you have all these companions, depending on what choices you made in Mass Effect 1 and 2. Of course, you have it has a really great impact on the story, how it plays out and everything. But then, you know, I'm just sitting there that, yeah, of course, they were in Mass Effect 1, these characters, these interactions and everything, and I remember them. Yeah, there were some consequences. If I messed up something in 1, maybe it didn't backfire in 2, but it backfired in 3. Captain Kirrahe, of course, is one of the characters that in Mass Effect 2 didn't appear, but then there is Mass Effect 3 and he just appears. So it's like, yeah, really nice, really nice. The story itself, it's good, but how it is executed is I didn't like it. I don't know, I just didn't like it. And it's kind of same flavor there as here in Resident Evil franchise after 1, 2, 3 Code Veronica, at least what I've played. On its own, like, you know, 4, it's a really good game. I really liked it. I played through this game lots of times as well. But you know, that, what can I say? It's like, yeah, I played through. Yeah, it's Leon Kennedy, of course, but this is not Resident Evil 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8. I still, even if Chris is in like in Resident Evil 7 and 8, that's just not for me, at least. It just doesn't do it for me. It's just, you know, a simple character there. Yeah, so I think that's about the Resident Evil, how I got introduced, what are my opinions on this franchise, and that's about it. Now a little bit about live streaming, the channel, what I'm planning to do, what I think I should do, how I should do. Is I would say the next topic, what I would like to touch. I made this channel just purely because, you know, when I'm playing, I'm already playing, and you know, I'm playing, you know, I'm playing lots of games. These older games especially, not the modern ones. But like, you know, if I'm already playing, why can't I just record it and, you know, play it like that? My whole view on this this approach is that I do what I like and how I like. And I don't care that if someone says something about this, that you should do this, you should play that, this is what, blah blah blah. Um, I just don't care, because I'm doing this. Um, it's not like, I'm doing it myself, but I do as I like, and if someone likes this, what I like, it's really good. If you don't like it, I don't care. Honestly, I just don't care about that. This is what I like. This is what I do. You don't have to, you know, you don't have to like it. You don't have to love it. And absolutely, I don't blame you. I mean, it's simple as that. If you don't like it, don't watch it, don't follow it, and that's about it. But if you like it, then you are absolutely welcome. Basically, this is what I'm doing, and the other thing I'm really against it is the ads. Now, I have a very unique opinion on this. Every single YouTuber, every single one, they want to make YouTube, or almost all of them, as their main revenue, their income. And what they are going to do is they put ads everywhere. Companies are approaching them, that you should promote this, you should promote that one, you get this amount of money, that amount of money, and everything. I am against it, and I will tell you why. Most importantly, I don't like to be influenced by any ads, any marketing, any whatever claims. I just don't like them being influenced. I believe that may have independent reviews, and listen to them, and that's how you should choose whatever product you are using, you are consuming, or whatever. So yeah, as I mentioned before, I really don't like ads. You can do, you can use ad blockers, and of course you can, even on YouTube, Twitch, whatever. When you are using ad blockers, of course you can block all those annoying, unskippable ads, but you can't do anything about when the YouTuber itself, it says, oh yeah, this part is sponsored by, and they will say whatever brand they want. I just don't like that, and I will not do it. And under that I mean that I'm not saying that if maybe in the future someone will come to me that you should do this or you should do that, I might give a shout out that, hey, these guys are good, I know it, etc, etc, but that's about it. I will tell you why. Maybe on Twitter, sometimes I retweet or comment on something like on AMD or on Sapphire or whatever, that, hey, you should sponsor me, and I put a laughing emoji. First of all, because I know they won't. And the next one is, there is a reason why I'm commenting there. Whatever, most of the time you might even see that I am commenting on Sapphire on their page. I'm talking about the Sapphire Radeon graphics cards, because I'm very simple. When I had GPUs that were AMD, of course, Sapphire, they are doing a really good job. Their build quality is okay, etc, etc, and I really like them. I prefer them over you know, Asus. I prefer them around any other manufacturer. And that's why I'm always saying that, hey guys, I really like you, you should, you know, give me one GPU for free. Of course, they are not doing it, I'm not expecting them to do it. You know, it's just you know, a fun way to say that, hey guys, yeah, you know, everything is fine, and so on. So maybe one day, even Sapphire or whatever these brands will come up to me and they will say that, yeah, you know, you should sponsor this and sponsor that one. Or you should give a shout out or something. I might do that, but not for every brand, not for every product, not for anything, because, you know, everyone has their own preference. So if, for example, ASRock, just let's say something, because you know, I really like the AMD cards. So ASRock would come to me that, hey dude, we can give you RX 69000 XT if you give us a shout out. I know that they will not do it, but it's not a problem. You know, this is just an example that, yeah, you should do that, you know, give a shout out, here you have all these, you know, referral links and everything. I will not do that, even though if I would get a really nice graphics card, which currently I don't have a really great one, but you know that, yeah, this is it, you know, you can go and give a shout out. I will not do that. First of all, because I don't like ASRock. Very, very simple. But it's not even that, you know, I don't like them, it just, how should I say this, it's simply just, you know, I don't care about that. And yeah, here it's like, yo, here is this amount of money that you should do that, you should say this, you should do that. No, because that is influencing. That is influencing. Why is that, you know, all these YouTubers, they will just do a collab with everyone who is giving them money, because hey, it's free money, all I just have to do is do this and do that. Yeah, and you have 500,000, 1 million, 2 million, 5 million subscribers, and you tell them that, yeah, you should buy this because this is really good, and you know, these people will buy. But again, that is just it's not an independent review or something. It's just, you know, they are saying that, yeah, this is good, that is good, and quite honestly, I'm just against that. I'm just against that. So there are maybe 3 or 4 brands that I have the knowledge, I have the trust and everything, that for one day, if they would approach me, you know, just to go do any kind of collab or, you know, give a shout out or whatever, I'm comfortable saying, but that's about it. I won't do any of it. What is the downside of this? Of course, the amount of money, if I will get one day there, to get out of YouTube or Twitch or whatever. I will not get as much money, even though if I don't have at the moment, not just at the moment, but I don't have that amount of money. I will not do that, because I still believe that even if I do, you know, like this YouTube, Twitch, whatever thing, again, I'm just doing it because I'm already playing games, so why shouldn't I just stream it? And I don't want to influence people to do this or do that, or, you know, buy this. That's just not me. And that's why I set up, you know, a Patreon account, and you can donate on Twitch, you know, if you really want. You know, I have that PayPal connected to it and everything, but if you like it and enjoy it, you know, all this content or what I do, and if you like it, then you can donate me. I'm not saying, and I'm not asking you to donate, because quite honestly, even if it's really nice, I'm not asking for it, because why should I? If you are enjoying, and if you want, you can, but as long as I will do this whole YouTube / Twitch, whatever, I will do it for free. And even though, you know, I could probably, if I will get there, of course, I could put some ads in my videos. I will not. I will not set up anything like that, you know, YouTube or whatever, or on Twitch to show ads. And I will tell you why again, because I think that is against my principles. Yeah, I might get, you know, some money off, you know, those ad revenues. I might get some, but what's the point? I mean, then the algorithm will decide which ads will be shown, and if I don't like those ads, what about it? And you know, other people can say that, yeah, but that's what the ad showed on your channel, and I'm no. I just said that that's not how it works. So I should just say that as long as, you know, this whatever I'm doing will be there, I will never set up, neither on Twitch, neither on YouTube, to show ads. If the algorithm or whatever, you know, whatever it works out that, you know, they are showing ads, that just to let you know, it is not me. I didn't set up. If the algorithm, if the program or anything that works like it, if it is showing ads, just to let you know, that's not me. I will not make any money out of it. I don't want to make out of it, even if it would be really nice. But again, that's why I set up a Patreon account. That's why I set up, you know, the Twitch donations, even if they take like, you know, 30-40% of the money, if not more. And of course, after that, if I have to pay taxes, that 20-something% income tax here in Serbia, I mean, it's fine. I will pay. So if you donate me $100, for example, all I will get is just like, you know, maybe $30 out of it, after all the deductions and tax and whatever. But it's okay. It's not that I'm, you know, it would be really nice to get some money out of this, because I'm already doing it. But honestly, I just set up my life like that I shouldn't depend on this or on this income from both YouTube, Twitch, whatever, even if I'm just a small channel, or even if it's just, you know, not a small channel, but just in general. While it would be really nice to make like, you know, $20,000-$30,000 a year or something, it would be really nice. If I'm not doing it, it's not that, you know, I will just go and kill myself because I didn't manage to do it, how I should have done this or that. No. I have some, as I mentioned, some opinions about that. If I'm not comfortable with it, I'm just not doing it. And also, you know, you can agree with this, you can disagree with this, but you know, that's just who I am and how I function. If I don't want to do it, I will not do it, and simple as that. So this is just, you know, to all the other brands, if they will approach me one day and they will say that, yeah, we should collab or something, unless you are not AMD, Sapphire, Ultra Energy from Serbia, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 more brands, maybe Avermedia, forget it. Just don't even try. I mean, you can do it if you are not expecting anything in return. So you can go as, you know, that you will send me a capture card, because one day I will need a capture card, and I will need to pick up a second monitor, because right now I have only one monitor. So that's why you see that, you know, all these videos I'm live streaming and uploading, you know, you don't see the top and the bottom one, and the chat, sometimes it shows, sometimes it doesn't show, because I have only one monitor, and if I manage everything here on one monitor, you need a secondary monitor for that. So yeah, if you know, in the future, of course, if there is one company, or you know, someone just sends me a new monitor, for example, don't expect me to go and, oh yeah, by the way, I was sponsored by LG to tell you that, yeah, they sent me over a really nice monitor, and this is the model number, it's really nice and you should get that, and there is a referral link and whatever. I will not do it. I mean, I will buy myself a secondary monitor, or, you know, capture card, or whatever happens. I will not give a shout out, I will not give anything. Maybe I will mention somewhere, but that's about it. So any brands out there, don't bother. If you just, you know, want to send some cash, you're more than welcome. But that's, I just know that's not how things work. So yeah, what my plans are. Of course, the channel name is Classic Resident Evil. What this means is why I will play, and probably I will play, now I'm playing right now. Tomorrow I expect to play, to continue my Resident Evil 4 playthrough. Right now I think we are in the castle. I think that's where I left. So while we are in the castle, I will continue there. Maybe after that, you know, I will stream a little bit more. Maybe the separate ways with Ada. Maybe I will Ada the Spy. I will just, you know, include the next day or the day after. And the next game probably will be Resident Evil 1, the HD remaster. I will not play the original one, but the HD remaster, because, you know, just it's basically the same as the original. With there is so little changes compared to the original one, but the graphics are way more pleasing and way more enjoyable like that. So probably I will just, you know, play Resident Evil 1 after that, and maybe, just maybe, I will then, you know, continue with Resident Evil 5, 6, 7 and 8. I will see that, what I will continue. Even though right now the games I'm playing is not just Resident Evil, of course, they are not just Resident Evil, but you know, I was really thinking that, because I also play, not a lot of, but you know, I started to play again Heroes of Might and Magic 5, the base game, and after that, you know, the Hammers of Fate, and after that, Tribes of the East. But I'm playing through only the campaign, and I was really thinking that maybe I should stream that. The channel's name is, of course, Classic Resident Evil. And so what I tend to do is, you know, maybe stream the Resident Evil games I'm playing when I'm playing. So maybe it will be just like that, one day I will, you know, play Resident Evil, and maybe after a month I will not play any Resident Evil game, so I will not stream. But that's a problem, because once, maybe, if I will start and manage to build up a small community, and you know, they really enjoy me playing Resident Evil, and you know, we are commenting or whatever, just interact with each other, and you know, and after that they will not hear from me for about a month and then I will just appear out of nowhere. I think that's also like, you know, a little bit of a problem. But if someone subscribed to me because they enjoy Resident Evil and how I play Resident Evil, and suddenly I will just appear out of nowhere with a no-name game, or it's not even no-name, but it doesn't have to do anything with Resident Evil, and I will start streaming that, they will say, hey, this is not why I subscribe to you, or, you know, this is not why I follow you, so they will just unfollow me. Again, I still didn't decide this one. I still didn't decide if I will stream other games when I'm playing or not. So we will see that one. Also, the streaming is also right now it's not that big of a problem, because right now I don't have any job, but I expect in the following at least 30 days, 20-30 days to start working again. So now if I'm working again, I will, you know, go and work maybe 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours. You know, and I need to get to the job, I need to get home, set up everything. So when I'm really tired and I'm not, you know, not comfortable streaming, not even that not comfortable, but, you know, just to set up everything, instead of just, you know, sit down, play maybe a half an hour, 1 hour before I go to bed. That's a completely different story, so I will see with that one. Yeah, that's about it. What else I wanted to talk about? I said about myself, I said about my opinions on Resident Evil, the future of the channel. I think that's about it. I think I have not too much more to add for at least the moment. Yeah, I think there is nothing else right now I wanted to include in this video. Yeah, I think I will just edit this video now, upload it on YouTube, just to get it out. Then right now it's, you know, Monday, 3:30. I expect evening until evening that this video will go live. So tomorrow morning, 99% that I will stream to continue this Resident Evil 4 playthrough. At least I'm expecting to, if everything goes right. If I will not be interrupted, or, you know, it just depends on a few more things. But I think I should be ready to go tomorrow to stream once again. Yeah, I think that's about it. So if you guys have any comments about this, or you agree with me or disagree with me, if you are comfortable with, you can, you know, subscribe to my Twitch channel if you want. It's not that, you know, in Twitch you have, like, you know, these goals that you have to become a Twitch affiliate, and in YouTube that you have, I don't know how many hours and how many subscribers you have before you go enter the next tier. It's not that I'm exclusively aiming for that, because, you know, if I will manage it, I will manage it. If not, I don't really care, because, as I mentioned, this is what I'm playing, and if I'm already playing, I mean, I can just, you know, stream it, and I think that's about it. So yeah, if you have any suggestions, or you just agree with me, disagree with me, you can leave a comment. I will probably, you know, reply back. I think that's about it, at least for right now. Yeah, I will just let finish this Wesker playthrough. You will see, by the way, this is the bug I've encountered yesterday because I played this yesterday evening. The enemies completely just disappeared, so as you can see on the screen, I still have like, you know, over 2 minutes left. But the enemies disappeared, and also on the fourth map, the screen goes black. And it was really annoying, and as Leon, I think it took me 3 hours just to get to 5-star, because with every other character I managed to get, you know, 5-star on every single map except for Leon, because quite honestly I think just Leon is in Mercenaries is just the weakest character, because he only has a pistol, and it's a really simple pistol and the shotgun. And I think you cashed on this playthrough when I played, like, you know, the fourth map with on the island and everything. Yeah, that, you know, the screen just simply goes black a few times, but not the screen, but, you know, just the game picture itself, because when it goes black, if I enter to the menu and come back, you see that for a second it, you know, the picture comes back, and also I still, even when the screen goes black, you can see on the bottom right corner that it's still, I can see how much ammo and how much health I have. So it's not like the UI is just completely broken. I just don't know. I tried to restart the game, I tried to, you know, leave the game. I tried maybe that when I was recording, maybe that caused some instability, but it was not the case, and it was really frustrating. So I said maybe in the 2 hours that actually when I managed with Leon to get a 5-star on that fourth map, so now I can get the hand cannon. So yeah, this Mercenaries was, as Leon, it was quite a nightmare. And also, you know, they're just on this map. I think when I played as Ada, I barely had 60,000 points, because like it was like 60,200 or something like that, because all the enemies just disappeared. So when I got up there, you know, to the finishing point, and all the enemies just disappeared, so it was really, really frustrating, but okay, that's about it. So yeah, that's it, guys, for today. I'm gonna edit this video, upload it, and I think that's about it. Yeah, probably see you tomorrow.